Yeah, it's I don't even know what the day is anymore unless I look. Um, it's Saturday today, and it is the 18th of April. And I have given up feeling bad about the fact that I no longer know what day of the week it is or what date of the month. Um, I don't think I'm the only one that's just losing all track of time here. It's like I have to stop and think when I count up how many weeks I've actually been inside now, um, because it just seems like one huge long weekend. It doesn't really feel like as long as it has been, and yet it also feels so infinitely long that I can't remember what it feels like to go outside anymore, to walk along the edge of the beach, to crunch through the sand, to paddle my feet in the sea, to go to the shops, to meet up with a friend and share tea together and chat. All of these things are becoming memories to me now, as opposed to like actual physical, visceral realities that I can reach out and hold on to. And so it's really strange, really strange. And in a way, I'm feeling really ungrounded. Like I mentioned before, I live 5 floors up. So my feet have literally not touched the ground as such in over 5 weeks. And for me, that's really hard because I tend to be quite ungrounded anyway, naturally. I'm very in my head all the time, and I have to work on grounding consciously in order to be grounded, and that is a practice that I have honed over the years. It's something that was like hard to come by, and then once I was taught about grounding and once I was shown that I wasn't grounded, then since then I have consciously applied that act into my life and my day every single day. And I'm having to do that big time at the moment, and it's been quite amazing actually, and quite beautiful, and so yeah, I'm still feeling like I'm going through this experience, and part of it is really bad and really terrible, and that I have all these emotions about the world now, and the state of the world and what we've done to the world and what will become of the world. And what will become of nature and all the plants and all the trees and all the flowers and all the seeds and all the bulbs, and what will become of all of the animals too, the wild animals, the animals that are coming back out of play again after years of hiding from us. I have lots of fears about these things. Like, I desperately want for the world to be safe enough to go outside again. I want to be able to walk down the street and not be scared of anybody. I want to feel like my immune system is strong enough to keep me safe, like I did for the most part previously. Okay, when someone had a cold or a flu, I wouldn't want to get too close to them. But I would also feel quite confident in the fact that my immune system was usually strong and resilient enough not to catch it. And then this new thing has come in, and now I'm not quite so sure because it's new. So I have no previous experience of it, and none of us do really. And so how do we know which one of us will and won't be affected by it? So that's a great concern, and I'm not sure if I'll ever feel safe enough to go outside again like I did before. I desperately want to. I want to be able to walk outside without having to wear a mask, but I'm not really sure what lies ahead, and that has there's quite a lot of anxiety around that for me, and concern and sadness, grief, frustration, feeling powerless. I don't think I've ever felt quite so powerless as I do at the moment, actually. It's like we are being asked to trust and to hand over our power, our sovereignty to the leaders of the world. And many of these people, we don't trust them at the moment because they haven't really acted in our best interests of late. And so leading up to this pandemic, there's we haven't necessarily had faith in or liked the people that are leading us. We've questioned them. We've questioned how they got voted in, why they got voted in, and then what their motives are when they're in. And so having now at the moment to trust these people, it's kind of tough, and I'm struggling with that. And there are many things that I'm worried about in regards to what the powers that be are trying to do at the moment in the world, and how that will affect each and every single one of us. So that's kind of like my fears and my worries, but I'm trying not to hang out there that often now. I'm trying to check in less and less and less with the news, and to hang out in my cozy golden bubble of a womb space. And while I don't normally advocate that this is the best thing to do, I think we need a certain amount of reality in our lives in order to be grounded and rational, and make wise and sensible decisions. But I think this is a different situation, and I really do believe that if that's what gives you peace of mind, if that's what allows you to get through each day, if that what enables you to get through each week, then that's worth it. That's a good thing to do, because by keeping calm, you're doing an act of service for your health, emotional and physical health. And so that's where I've been hanging out recently. And in that sense, I've been doing a lot of work on grounding and rebirthing, trying to look at this time as the perfect opportunity to create a new me, to birth a new me, to step out of the shadows of my past self and create the new self, the self that I want to be now in this era in my life, this era in terms of age. I feel like the last few years I've stepped into a new cycle of life, and I've been feeling my way through that, stepping away from childhood and young womanhood and into a more mature adult way of looking at myself and interacting with the world, and that's been a complicated journey. I think I'm a bit Peter Pan like, and so I've always really strongly connected with my child self. I have a very playful, jokey, cheerful, laughy nature, which is quite sprite-like, and so stepping further into that, so out of like child or young adult fairy and into adult fairy, has been hard. And it's taken me a while to accept that, to accept the new face that I wear, the new body that I wear, and the new thoughts and beliefs that I am crafting, and the way that I now appear to others. It's like I find in my work with clients, a lot of my clients look to me as like an older sister or even a mother figure, and this is interesting to me. It's a lovely, beautiful thing. It's interesting to me though, because I kind of look at them as like younger sisters or friends, not as daughters. And so that's been a kind of strange thing to try and hold and give space to. And part of the work that I've been doing during this quarantine period for grounding and for empowerment and rebirth and transition and transformation is a lot of body work. So, and this body work has been prompted by actual injuries that I've incurred over the lock-in. So first of all, I kind of injured both of my feet really badly, to the extent that I just couldn't walk at all. And that was in trying to exercise. So in trying to exercise in a more traditional way, jogging around my home space, albeit in slippers and in a negligee, I injured my feet. I think I wasn't taking it seriously enough, so I was just having a lark and jogging around the space and being a bit sprite-like, And really I needed to approach it from an adult perspective, wear trainers, which I do not have because they're at the gym. So I ended up not being able to walk, and I still actually can't walk, and this is over 4 weeks later. And so this injury then forced me to think outside the box, and what else can I do, because I can't just stay still. I need to be doing some activity for my body and for my mind. And so I decided to try HIIT training for seniors. Yes, don't laugh. I couldn't actually do the children's version or the adults version, so I went to the seniors version, and the seniors version doesn't have any jumping around in it. And so that was okay. I could do that with my feet and the situation there. And then so, I started off when I was doing that, and it was quite fun. There was exercise videos that were crafted for people doing it at home. So, you get out a can of beans and use those for weights instead of actual weights. So yes, that was amusing, but I kind of I got bored of it quite quickly because I couldn't do any different videos, so I couldn't advance. I could just go through the same 2 videos because of the foot injuries. Then I tried dancing to a video and learned that I'm not very coordinated, and it was really challenging. And trying to concentrate on the moves and getting the coordination right was then taking my focus away from my feet and my injury. And so that just seemed like a dangerous zone to be in. So then I moved into yoga. And that's kind of where I've stayed, but not entirely. And I started off doing really, really gentle yoga and relearning the foundations of yoga, because I haven't done yoga for quite a few years now, and I used to do it all the time. And oh my goodness, it's been amazing. And I've come home to myself completely in a way that I haven't done in a long time. And it kind of provides me with the same sensation of like when I'm in water, when I'm in a swimming pool, I feel free, I feel weightless, I feel at one with myself, body and mind connected, peaceful. And yoga does that for me as well. And so I've been, doing yoga, 2 videos, and that's been a really beautiful experience, something I look forward to each day, and the time just flies. And that's been really useful, and it's been gentle on my feet. Like I can choose which exercises I can and can't do, and I can modify them to suit. But then I managed to injure myself doing yoga, and it was an old injury that I somehow re-triggered, and I've done something to one of my ribs, and the pain is like, I thought the feet were bad. I thought the feet were excruciating. I don't take painkillers or anything, and the feet forced me to take painkillers.